Hi students, welcome back to computer class. So what was the things that we studied last day? We studied about hardware and software, and software is divided into two types, that is application software and system software. And we studied in detail about this system software. What do you mean by system software? What do you mean by an application software? Then what did we study? We studied about operating system. What do you mean by an operating system? What is an operating system? It is an interface between the user and computer hardware. Okay. Then what did we study? We studied about how an operating system works inside a computer, or where an operating system is placed inside a computer. That is, we studied a figure in which there was a user, there was an application software, an operating system, and computer hardware, and how instructions passed on from one place to another. So then what did we study? We studied about types of operating system. There are three types of operating system. That was, first one was single user, single task. Second one was single user, multitask. And third one was multi-user operating system. So this was what we studied at last class. Hope all of you have revised what I have told you, and also you have noted down the notes that I have given you. Okay. So today we will be continuing with our operating system, and what we study today is about functions of operating system. Okay. Last class we studied what an operating system and how an operating system works inside a computer. Today we will be studying about functions of operating system. Okay. And first function of an operating system is starting a computer. Okay. That is, whenever you have switched on your computer, it takes a second or more for you to see your home page. Have you ever thought why it takes a second or more? It is because the operating system is getting loaded into the memory. See, in this picture you can see this process. You all have seen this process. Okay. Only after this process you will be able to see your desktop. This is because the operating system is getting loaded into the computer memory. And that process is known as booting. What do you mean by booting? The process of loading operating system into the computer memory. That is what you mean by booting. Okay. So whenever you switch on your computer, it takes a second or more for you to see your desktop. It is because of booting. Okay. First function of operating system is starting a computer. Okay, and second point is, or second function is memory management. We know that whatever activity or whatever task we do inside the computer, it requires memory space. Only then we will be able to do that activity. If you want to download a movie from YouTube, you need memory space. If you want to draw a picture inside MS Paint, you need memory space. Okay, and operating system is the one who allocate or provide this memory space to that task. For downloading movie from YouTube, operating system will be providing memory space. For drawing a picture inside the MS Paint, operating system will be providing or allocating the memory space. Okay, so the first point is operating system allocate the memory space to a task. Okay, and second point is it keep track of the data loaded into the memory and its usage. So you are downloading movie from YouTube, and that data is getting loaded into the memory. And operating system will keep on monitoring the data that gets loaded into the memory. And it will keep track of how much space is needed for downloading a movie from YouTube. Okay, so operating system will keep on monitoring the data that is getting loaded into the memory and how much space is needed for the task to get completed. Okay, that is second point. Third point is it deallocate the memory space after the task has been completed. So once we finish downloading the movie from YouTube, memory space will get deallocated, and operating system is the one who do that activity. Okay. After drawing inside the MS Paint, or you have completed the activity of drawing, the memory space will get deallocated and operating system will do that activity. Okay. So operating system deallocate the memory space after the task has been completed. Okay. So these are the functions of memory management. Okay. Or these are what an operating system do inside a memory.
In simple words, the operating system first allocate the memory for a task, and that task will use that memory, and once that task get completed, operating system will release that memory space.
Next function of operating system is resource management. What do you mean by resources? Hardware, software. These are resources of a computer. First point is it keeps track of processes that have hardware and software requirement. What is second point? It assigns the hardware or software to the process. For example, I want to do a process inside the computer. That is, I want to write a document inside the computer. So my process is writing a document. What is the hardware needed for writing a document? It is keyboard. And what is the software needed? It is MS Word. Okay. So the operating system will first find out what is the hardware and software needed for doing a process. That is the first point. It keeps track of processes that have software and hardware requirement. And what is second point? It assigns hardware or software to the process. Once the operating system finds what is the hardware and software needed for a process, it will assign this hardware and software to that process. In this case, for writing the document, the operating system will assign the hardware keyboard and assign the software MS Word to that process. Okay. And what is the third point? It keeps track of processes that require the same hardware and software simultaneously. That is, I want to do two processes at the same time. First process is writing a document, and second process is calculation. That is, I want to add two numbers. So these two activities are to be done at the same time. The hardware needed for writing a document is keyboard, and software needed is MS Word. Here for calculation, the hardware needed is keyboard and software needed is calculator. So in this two process, the hardware needed is keyboard, and these two activities are to be done at the same time. And operating system will keep track of such type of processes in which they require the same hardware and software at the same time. Okay. That is the third point. It keeps track of processes that require the same hardware and software simultaneously. So this is about resource management. Next we'll be studying about process management. Okay. Next function of operating system is process management. What do you mean by process? A process is a task in execution. That is what we are currently doing inside the computer. That is a process. Okay, for example, I want to do calculation inside the calculator. So my process is calculation. Okay. What is second point? An operating system assigns a task given by the user to the CPU and control the order of its execution. That is, my process is to calculate two numbers. That is, I want to add two numbers, 2 and 3. So operating system will give this task to the CPU, and CPU will be adding the two numbers 2 plus 3, and I will be getting the answer 5. Okay. So operating system is the one who is assigning this task of adding two numbers to the CPU, and CPU will add these two numbers and I will get the answer 5. Okay. So operating system is the one who assigns a task given by the user to the CPU and control the order of its execution. Okay. And third point is it allocates the resources according to the sequence. For calculation or for calculating two numbers inside the computer, what is the hardware that I require? I need a keyboard. And what is the software that I require? I need a calculator. So operating system is the one who allocates this resources, that is hardware and software. So this is about process management. Last function of operating system is managing files and folders. First point is it allocates memory to store files and folders. For example, I want to save the pictures of the tour that I have gone, and I'm saving it by the file name tour. So for saving that particular file inside the computer, I need space inside the memory. And operating system is the one that allocates space for these files. Okay. And second point is it helps to store files under different folders. I want to store this file named as tour inside the folder named pictures. Okay. So operating system is the one who save or store these files under these folders. Okay. And third point is after the files and folders are deleted, operating system deallocates the memory space. I doesn't want this file named tour inside my computer. So I am deleting that particular file. So what happens is operating system will automatically deallocate that space from the memory. Okay. So these are the 3 points of managing files and folders. First point is it allocates the memory to files and folders. Second point is it helps to store the files under different folders. And third point is after the files and folders are deleted, operating system will deallocate that memory space. Okay.
So these are the functions of operating system. With this I am ending today's section, and please study what I have taught you today. Thank you.